What benefits does key person insurance pay because of disability? And is business overhead expense coverage an alternative coverage? When I started my law practice many years ago, I was confronted with the reality that I might become disabled at some point. In fact, that's what happened to my dad. And if I were to become disabled, it could destroy my business. So I talked with my disability insurance agent about how I could protect my law firm if I were to become disabled. And what I learned, I think, is an important lesson for you as a business owner. She told me about key person insurance, which is different than my individual disability insurance policy. And I think we need to understand what the difference is. So let's start out with what key person disability insurance is and what it should cover. If I were to become disabled and unable to work, I would need cash, obviously, to keep my law firm open while I recover from any injury, illness, or medical condition that's resulting in my disability. So, what are the expenses that should be covered? Well, payroll, including overtime, the cost of hiring and training my replacement, the cost of hiring temporary employees, paying off bills or debts that have become due on a monthly basis, provide income for the loss of my income, and potentially buying out ownership stake in the business. Now, of course, no one wants to be disabled, but if that unthinkable happens, as it happened to my dad, you still want your business to be there once you've recovered. You want to be able to return to work and resume that fantastic career that you have. But you need to also ask, is there an alternative to key disability insurance? And yes, there is. And that alternative is what's called business overhead expense insurance, known as BOE. Now, this type of policy is designed specifically to cover fixed overhead expenses while the employer or a key employee, such as myself, is disabled. I found the premium to be much more affordable for BOE coverage, and so what I ended up doing was combining my coverages with an individual disability insurance policy and a BOE policy. That way, if I became disabled, I have a monthly disability income, and I had, for the BOE coverage, that would provide a fixed amount of monthly money to pay the expenses. And obviously, that's an important difference. I made that decision in consultation with my insurance agent, and I would have consulted with an experienced ERISA disability attorney had I known one at that point. But obviously, I would recommend that you do that. In fact, I've done that after the fact, and I've found that I got the right coverage that I needed. If you have any questions about the nature of the coverage that you should have, I would suggest that you contact an experienced insurance agent or broker. But don't forget, you should be consulting with an experienced attorney such as myself to make sure that you haven't made any mistakes in purchasing that coverage. You want to make sure that the definition of disability are the same between these policies, that you understand what one pays, that you understand if there is any type of offset or reduction, and how making a mistake can destroy your business or your law firm. Call me today at 727-894-3188 for a complimentary consultation. And if the disability carrier is refusing to pay your disability benefits or refusing to pay your BOE or key person disability coverage, give me a call at 727-894-3188. I look forward to helping you get the benefits you deserve and the benefits that you need to keep your practice or business operating.